Shalom. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. My name's Kanawak from GMS Toronto. Doing a lesson in regards to this. It's called a terrorist, a so-called terrorist attack. Which is judgment from the Lord. Where 9 people were struck, or over 9 people were struck, but 9 of them were killed. And they succumbed to their injuries, from getting hit by this guy, and that's a judgment from the Lord, because the scripture says that there be spirits created for vengeance, and the brother Howard, his channel is Baby Benjamin 1. He did a video on this whole topic. He went in depth, that this was just a high sacrifice, that the elites, require, because Prince Charles or whatever, or Harry, whatever, one of the princes, he recently had a child with his new wife, and this happened the same day as the child was born. And this happened days after after the ice storm, man. Which that was a judgment from the Lord. So this is he went in depth on this whole sacrifice thing, man. And this was just a major sacrifice, and there's many more to come. And this is a judgment from the Lord. I know a woman. She was on the bus, and she actually saw when it happened. So this was an actual real event, where people were killed and hurt. It wasn't staged or anything. This was an actual real thing. And who knows if this guy is agent provocateur, which he most likely he was. He was told to do that, and he did it. And this is the guy. He's supposed to be a Persian guy. Let me get the scripture in Sirach, because the scripture says that there be spirits created for vengeance. Bear with me. Yeah, the Most High put a spirit on this guy to do that, because the power of death is in the hand of the Most High. He controls good and evil, man. This is Sirach 41 and 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes, for their sakes came the flood. So yeah, all these things that happen is calamities, all these things that happen is calamities, from the Lord, man, where you people's experiencing pain. But but that wasn't the scripture. But here's the scripture that I was referring to. Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So yeah. So, all these things that happen is judgment from the Lord, man. It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions. So it says fire, hail, and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So all these things that's happening is just going to get worse, in the time to come, where you guys are going to be in fear for your life, because like how the elites, they did this sacrifice, using this guy, to run over those people. More of that's to come. And and people's gonna be scared, going to public outings, going to the club and all that, because who knows what they got next up their sleeve, man. Not just in Toronto, but in all across the world, man. Because this is because this is a secret society, who's behind these things, man. The elite, the so-called illuminated ones, man. And they plan on bringing in this new order, and they're going against the Most High, man, because they want to be in, because they want to stay in power, man. You know, yeah, man. For this is just a brief video. Lord willing, if I'm free later, I'm gonna go live with the other brothers, and we're gonna get more in depth into the topic. But this is just a quick, update and my view of what happened yesterday. So with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Ashai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the brothers out there doing the works in truth and sincerity. Shalom.